Welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ryan Talmadge. That's Davis Crocker.
Am I not going to do the hello? I mean,
Oh, you haven't watched like any of our YouTube clips then because
no.
I haven't on the ones we've done on the computer. I've just cut that part out.
Oh, well, fuck you too then.
I mean, it's nothing personal. It's just like
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
way this comes up. It's just
That's
like
fine. Go ahead. Continue.
I
I feel.
am the edit master.
I
So
see how it is. I see how it is. I get.
this
I
just
get
makes
given. I get given the role, and then you just edit me out. That's cool. I see how it is.
we'll go ahead and let them know. Tell everybody, like, let them know what we normally say.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this Reading Comics. This week's episode 157. We get to talk about Batman Beyond, White Knight. As always, tell your friends, your family, anyone who wants to listen to it, talk about comics. You can check us out anywhere you get your podcasts. You check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. As always, let's get into it. And you'll never hear it again.
Hit subscribe and all that. We had a jump in viewers on our YouTube. They only watch for like 3 minutes though. So evidently we're not very entertaining in the first 3 minutes.
That's not shocking.
Yeah. But we're back here on the computers. I just got back from North Dakota for 2 weeks and did not want to drive further than 15 minutes from my house.
Fuck no.
No.
And the whole recorder issue that we're not quite 100% about.
I think the recorder's working. It's just, I think we put in too big of a SD card, and now it's kind of on its last legs.
Yay!
But
I definitely
Davis
had
strep throat.
Yeah,
and I don't think he was going to tell me until I said, "Hey, I don't want to drive up there."
I would have told you because I was going to talk.
You went to work today.
Yeah, I had it on Tuesday.
That was dumb.
Well, I've been out since Tuesday.
Okay, can I not get sick from that?
No, once the fever breaks, the little fever I had, it was gone yesterday. So it was fine. You'd have been fine.
Maybe, I don't know.
Wife hadn't even gotten it yet, so you're good.
Exactly. So I would have got it from her.
Yeah, probably. So
yeah,
join the whole camp.
No, I don't want to miss work. Even though my entire week of work this week was driving back from North Dakota for 3 days. Yeah. And then I took the last 2 days as PTO. So
yeah, dude, those long weeks of driving are it's different. It's fun getting to go to those kinds of places, getting to drive that far, but at the same time you look back on it and go, God damn, I sat in a car for 3 straight days and drove. Oh yeah. Nothing but driving.
Yeah, no. And then there's like opportunities to like stop and see some cool stuff, and I was just like, I just want this drive to be over.
Yeah, going
like up. I drove through Madison, Wisconsin, and I was like, and Minneapolis, Minnesota. I stayed in Minneapolis, Minnesota twice, and didn't go see the Viking Stadium.
Oh, you didn't even
or the Minnesota Gophers Stadium.
Oh, dude,
I did go to the Mall of America.
Yeah, you could at least just driven by the stadiums.
And I had to get off the interstate, and I was ready to go.
Jesus. Yeah, I remember going out on our trips to Arizona. Like going out, you're like gung ho, like, oh, we'll stop here. We stopped in Oklahoma City, Albuquerque, this rock shop in Arizona. It's like, oh yeah, and then coming home, it's like, it's a petrified wood store. Like it's literally like petrified rocks that they shine.
It's like, is that a term for like the dispensaries out there?
No, they are out there though.
Dispensing crack rocks.
But on the way back, it's like, okay, just get me the fuck home. Like, the second time we came back from Arizona, we stopped in San Antonio and spent the night. And it's just like, got up next morning, saw the Alamo. It's like, all right, let's get the fuck home. We drove from San Antonio back to North Alabama in 1 day. I
had like 1 day off in the course of like 15 days while I was there. Jesus. And I went to the national park and saw a buffalo and a couple wild horses. So that was cool.
Oh, the wild horses, you said? Nice.
I think that might have actually, like, going there might have changed me from, I used to be, like, purely anti-hiking. I thought it was completely dumb. And I didn't hike while I was there because I was like, I'm not going out there by myself and getting lost in a park. But I was like, I can see how people like it.
Oh, yeah. Just definitely some of the places we've been to, I've gotten off and gone up some trails and shit. And it's like, I get it. But if I'm at home, I'm not going to go get in the car to drive to a park to go wander up a hill.
No. And I think I owe you an apology in our messages before we got on here. I
What?
probably sounded a little sour.
Oh shit, man.
Was not because of you and not reading as much as you said you were going to today.
Oh, dude, that's so.
It was because I was listening to Pardon My Take, and they did the Mount Rushmore of iconic football plays, and they
Plays.
didn't take the kick six until like midway through the second round, and so I was pissed off.
What'd they take above it though?
Here, I'd have to pull up the whole thing. I mean, the first they had their guest George Kittle was
Yeah.
with their intern Billy Football, who
How many pickers?
it was 3 teams of 2,
3 teams. Okay.
and they did a snake draft.
But each person drafted once, so 6 picks.
They did a 4. So,
Like in the
because it's
first
a Mount
round
Rushmore.
was okay. So in the first round there was 4 picks.
First round there was 3. 3 teams of 2.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. So team 1, which was their intern Billy Football with George Kittle, tight end from the 49ers. The catch. The really
There's
old
like
one.
6. Okay. All right. I was about to
The
say
49ers
like 6.
against whoever they were playing. I think it was Montana to
Joe Montana
or Dwight Clark.
Yeah. Okay.
And so
I mean that's like the most famous. It's not the coolest play, but it's like the most known.
Back when they used to run the ball 80% of the time, I'm sure it was a great play.
Right. I mean, it's one of the most known plays.
Team 2, which is the team that ended up winning this whole thing, Malcolm Butler interception in the Super Bowl. Patriots over the Seahawks.
When they were supposed to ran Marshawn up the middle.
Should have ran Marshawn.
Should have ran Marshawn, and they Russell threw it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he pick 6 it?
No,
he just turned around.
Because it was like the last play of the game.
That's right.
Team 3, David Tyree, helmet catch. It was the first time the Giants beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl with Eli Manning, where he caught it
helmet catch.
Yeah.
One
hand on. He caught it with his helmet in his hand.
Yeah. I thought Odell did that. No, Odell just did.
Odell just did the.
Yeah, did the behind the back. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Those. I mean, that's okay. Go ahead.
It was a snake draft, so that team won again and took Vince Young over Texas. That scramble play for the touchdown to win the game and the national championship.
Okay.
2005.
Yeah.
And then team 2, kick 6. And
that's respectable. I mean,
I know we're biased here, but
well, yeah, we're definitely biased. I mean, it's one of the most fucked up things to ever happen in an Iron Bowl game ever.
Yeah, and then someone was like, or the Billy Football, who borderline I think needs to be kicked off the show sometimes, was like, "Oh, college football, who would pick that?"
Well, I mean,
and he grew up in New York his entire life. He was a Jets fan.
So, yeah.
And
I mean, you've got Pro Throws catch. I think is a little more fancier. The one where he caught it over Southern Miss.
I don't think you're getting an Alabama versus Southern Miss.
Well,
if you're going best college football catches,
I get it. But like the catch, like just the catch is, I guess, iconic, but it's not the coolest.
Oh no, there's been way cooler catches.
Yeah, like I don't see how that was number 1 other than just pure iconic.
George Kittle plays for the 49ers.
Of course. I mean, just other than just pure iconic Joe Montana kind of plays, but
no. And then the Immaculate. See, team 1 with George Kittle and Billy Football was so fucking stupid. The Immaculate Reception, the one old school Raiders Steelers, and it was basically the NFL screwed the Raiders out of another Super Bowl. There's no footage of the ball not hitting the ground.
Jeez.
And the refs originally called it hit the ground.
Yeah.
And then they reversed it. There's no video footage ever showing not hitting the ground. So
so every time it hits the ground, like everything shows that it hit the ground.
It's like it cuts off like halfway from where the ball is. Yeah. So like if the ball is my phone, it's like cuts off right there, and then the ground is like
see
somewhere
the bottom
down.
of the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
There's no video evidence to overturn it.
Good.
And then they went with the Tom Brady Tuck rule right after that. I mean, it is an iconic play, but not for. It's like dumb reason.
What's the Brady Tuck
AFC
rule?
Championship game?
The Brady one? No, Brady wouldn't have been AFC.
I think they both were.
Brady was NFC.
Yeah, it was AFC Championship game.
I thought Brady was NFC.
His last Super Bowl was.
Oh, with
when he was
Tampa.
with the Bucks.
Yeah, that's right. I thought
the Patriots are in the AFC.
AFC. What's the Tuck rule though? I don't remember that one.
It was 2001. It was like Tom Brady. The years Tom Brady starting because he came in for Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah,
and he was standing back there and kind of did like this, but then brought it back. And
so the Liberty.
Charles Woodson batted out of his hand like as he was coming to like here.
Yeah.
And apparently it was a rule at the time. It's since been changed. But they're saying once you go from here to here, that's a tuck. It's not
a forward pass.
It's not a fumble. Yeah, basically. Or they should have been called a fumble.
Yeah.
But then like his arm wasn't going forward, but then he was also like tucking it in. They
called it an incomplete pass.
They just called it like tuck rule, no fumble.
Jeez.
Patriots have one of the best dynasties ever.
No, of course. But again, why would you pick those? Aren't even.
Yeah.
That's just.
And then one team
that's not even great plays.
One team picked a big hit from a Pro Bowl. It's like, why are you picking a play from a Pro Bowl?
Jesus.
Yeah.
You want to pick a big hit? Pick South Carolina against Michigan.
That was brought up, but I think
what was that guy's
name? Jadeveon Clowney's career in the NFL kind of.
Well,
he got drafted off that one hit
and did nothing with it afterwards. Yeah. I mean, my God, ran through the line, knocked the dude's helmet off completely 3 yards unblocked. In the backfield, and then picks the ball up and recovers the fumble. It's like, it's one of the most iconic hits of our life. Oh, yeah.
So I was a little angry when we were texting earlier.
Yeah, so, I mean, shit, man.
Now that we're done talking about sports,
hey, we've got like 70 days from recording till football starts back.
Yeah,
so the itch is real.
Yeah. We've had a lot happen though. We should probably. So if you want to know something else that was kind of funny, Davis was like, "Hey, since we got this computer stuff, we can start like reviewing movies, right?"
Oh yeah.
Spider-Verse came out.
Hadn't seen it.
Flash came out.
Hadn't seen it.
Yeah. He texted me yesterday.
The reviews are going great.
He texted me yesterday and was like, "Finally saw Ant-Man." I was like, what the fuck?
It's been out for like 3 months now.
On Disney Plus.
On Disney
not
Plus.
Just theater.
Yeah, not just out, just on Disney Plus for like the last 3 months.
Yeah,
dude, it's been a different year. It's been a different couple months.
You better milk that baby excuse for all it's worth. I'm only giving it 2 years.
Sure. Yeah. 2 years, you might have one by then.
Fuck no, if I do, it's something's gone wrong.
But it's definitely the week. Also, when I was talking about the week of Spider-Man release was also my sister's wedding, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's a great time to just do a review." And literally at my sister's wedding, and then
she got married on Saturday. You could have seen that Sunday or Friday.
I was fucking hungover Sunday. Friday, I was
better to go sit in a movie theater, a dark movie theater.
Well, shit, man, we had to pick Colton up and get back, and yeah, that wasn't happening, man. Way too much logistical shit. And then honestly,
for Spider-Man, your favorite Spider-Man?
I want to see him so badly. But then
that day you were out with strep throat, I would have went to the movie theater.
Dude, I felt so bad. I got so fucking sick that day. And then honestly, I forgot Flash was even coming out last weekend. Like, they've been hyping it up so much that I honestly completely forgot when it was actually coming out. I don't hate
it. It's not good enough to keep him around, but the last half is enjoyable.
Passable.
It's fun.
It's not the worst DC movie.
Not a great movie, but it's fun.
Does it beat Batman v Superman? The theatrical cut?
Yeah, because the theatrical cut of Batman v Superman was cut so horribly.
Right. Ooh, excuse me.
He just walked outside. There's a pile of burned bodies, and we're supposed to assume.
Oh yeah,
it was like they didn't show what happened. I was like, why are all these people burnt up? People are going to think it's Superman. I was like, well, was it?
His best friend, the dude that
Jimmy Olsen,
Jimmy Olsen, apparently dies, and no one even knows who the fuck he was. So they were supposed to just interpret, oh, that was Jimmy Olsen that was dead.
Oh, yeah.
That movie was cut so badly.
Yeah.
Then you
I went
watch
and
the
bought
one,
the theater or the director's cut on
yeah, and
DVD.
it's
It's
great.
a lot better.
Well, it's not. I mean, I don't know if
It's not
great's the
great,
right
but it's
word,
a lot
but
better.
if that's what they put in theaters, it would have gotten way better reviews.
Oh yeah.
But no, yeah, it's still haven't seen Shazam.
You ready for? I still haven't seen Shazam.
Oh really? Oh shit!
I keep seeing it on HBO Max.
Yeah, I
I'm
do
like,
too. I haven't.
nah.
Like I was sitting there. I guess it was Wednesday afternoon or whatever day I watched Quantumania. I was like, should I start it? And then I found Secret Invasion. I'm like, no, watch Secret Invasion instead.
Secret Invasion, first episode, that one, man.
I liked it. I will admit, I had to give you a phone call because just
the
it was
all
sure
set up for post credit scheme.
Yeah. And I hadn't seen them all, but it was just like they didn't put so much of an emphasis on what Fury was doing to make it such a big deal that he came back. But but other than that,
I do think we could have gotten something.
Spoilers. I mean, it did just freaking start. I don't want to.
Yeah, I do think we could have gotten a bigger role for Emilia Clarke.
Yeah, she's just. I mean, as soon as she got, as soon as she got, like, I saw that she was in it. It's like, oh, she's a Skrull. Like, I didn't even have to see what her role was. I just knew. I was like, she's playing a Skrull of some sort. But she acted like she was going to be a big bad in the Skrull, but they're treating her like a lackey. And they're like, oh no, you're just here. You're going to do what we tell you to do. You don't have any say in what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the behind the scenes.
Convenient that the Warriors have to keep their human form. That way there's no suspicion. I was like, yeah, someone didn't want to do all that fucking makeup.
Definitely didn't want to do all that editing and makeup.
Yeah.
But man, think about how much time it'd take to jump in and like back and forth and just for like a 5-second clip. I bet you if you like paid attention, like anytime like scrolls changed real quickly, it's the same scroll, like the same person they just used as like the dummy.
That wouldn't be.
They just needed a blip and blip.
Keep one person in.
Yeah, you just keep one person in. Like
that wouldn't be a bad idea.
You just run the scroll in if you maybe don't want to put a scar on his face, but
you get like 3 people varying heights.
Yeah, and you just run them in and out of scene, so you don't have to. You don't change the main people, or it doesn't have to be the main people.
This is why they need practical people like us on set,
or they can charge more money and have more.
True.
Makeup artists.
Actors are in a strike right now. So.
Well, writers are in a strike. Or the actors joining. Like, jeez.
The directors already settled, so they were like, "Fuck the writers."
Good Lord.
But the actors have. I think they're. I don't know if they're on a strike, but it's the first time they ever voted to, hey, if we don't get what we want, we're down to go on strike. It's the first time the actors have ever agreed to that.
Wow. So we come out of COVID with fucking up movies and TV and straight to a strike that.
That's all everybody's worried about streaming.
Oh, I can totally see why.
And AI and stuff like that.
Dude, that AI shit.
Like they're trying to figure. It's like a very minor spoiler for The Flash, but there's a scene where they start doing just a whole bunch of cameos of people, and they show a person like playing the old Flash, Jay Garrick or whatever. And I think there's only been like 2 or 3 people that ever play him.
Yeah,
and they all tweeted like that wasn't me. Yeah, they computer animated just someone to look like Jay Garrick. It wasn't an actor. He looked like he didn't have a speaking role. It was like a 10-second little. It showed a person running with like the old metal cap.
The metal cap.
And the 3 people who have ever played him were like, yeah, that wasn't me.
Yeah, Ezra Miller, who's DC's MC, like DCEU, the Flash TV show on CW, and then he played the old guy played in the Flash, and there's no other.
It looked like the guy from
the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, it looked like the old guy who ended up being Reverse Flash from the Flash CW show. He played Jay Garrick, and I think he eventually turned bad.
Yeah, the CW show also ends up with like 8
Reverse Flashes.
8 evil speedsters,
but
they introduced time travel really early.
It looked a lot like him.
Really screw shit up.
It looked like a lot like the Jay Garrick from CW. Yeah. But he tweeted out, he's like, "No, that wasn't me.
That wasn't even me." God.
Yeah, and so I think
that's right there. So it just doesn't look enough like him, so they don't pay him, and he didn't show up, so he doesn't get any money off of it.
And so,
but you know it's him. I mean,
that's a gigantic red flag if I was an actor. So,
jeez. Well, I saw a thing with Harrison Ford in his new why he's doing another Indiana Jones movie. I don't know.
I think he's actually enjoying acting again. You
He
see
might
him on
be.
that show, Shrinking on Apple
Yeah.
Plus. I think he's having fun.
Well, he's done that. He's filming for the dude that turns into Red Hulk.
Thunderbolt Ross.
Thunderbolt Ross. He's Thunderbolt Ross.
He's gonna be in the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, so he's gonna be in the Thunderbolts, and he's gonna be in the new Captain America movie.
Yeah.
But in what he was talking about in Indiana Jones, apparently they do. Again, it seems like a time travel movie to get him out of. I don't know. It's called the Dial of Destiny, and they're doing a lot of cutback scenes, jumping back scenes, where it's Harrison Ford as young Indy, and they said he just put like you would do like if you animated a face. He put the balls on his face and put on a skull cap, and they literally just molded his face and de-aged him and took all the video from his original 3 movies and just pasted it in to make him look exactly like he did. Shit, I guess that was 30 years ago now, 40.
Well, I want to say
it's like, and that was nothing. That was easy to do.
De-aging for Mark Hamill
in the
sequel trilogy. I don't even think he was there for the Mandalorian one. Like, I don't think he was legitimately.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because that was the secret. That was the secret that everybody hid because they used.
I think they just got him to say.
Well, they used the Winter Soldier to dress up to use his movements.
I don't even think. Like
somebody was there. Somebody was there that had to film.
Yeah, but I don't think it was someone that looked like him.
No. That's what I'm saying. It was
they
the
just
Winter
legit
Soldier
had like redid his face.
Yeah, but yeah, it's all fake. It's getting in.
I know James Earl Jones. They have enough of his voice to do Darth Vader forever.
Yeah,
he signed it over.
Him and Samuel. Think about Samuel Jackson. How much stuff he has, and Morgan Freeman. How many voice clips so they can just. There's enough audio of them that they can literally.
There's probably enough audio of us out there that.
Oh yeah.
If our friends were actually mean enough, they could.
Oh yeah. You just put it in an algorithm and find the words and the tones, and it changes it. Well, Carrie Fisher in the final Star Wars movie, she was dead, and they completely.
But that was all. Most of that was old footage from the other movies, wasn't it?
Yeah,
they had enough to piece together.
Yeah, they pieced it together. Then they kind of had to overlay her face. Yeah, it was the early stages, so they could it was kind of fun and cool to do. But now it's like, now it's kind of getting scary.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Hope you like reality TV.
Yeah, fuck no. The Kardashians have another show on Hulu. If you want to go watch that,
all right.
Yeah, dude, I can't. I have no idea how people.
I don't know other than pro wrestling. I don't know if that qualifies as reality TV. I know their writers don't qualify for the Writers Guild,
which is interesting. But I mean, I guess there's enough ad-libbing in it.
Yeah,
but that's scripted enough for
me. I think it's more live TV type stuff.
Yeah, I mean, enough of that is scripted, and you will know it's scripted to be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. This is understandable. But like the Kardashians acting like, oh no, this is 100% off the cuff. It's like, just stop. Everybody knows this is you staged this, you've done this, you moved this, you've reshot this. Just stop. It's some of the stupidest shit. But
but that being said, know who's not on a writer's strike? Comic book writers.
Woohoo!
That was supposed to be a segue, but if you want to start crediting some people, we can do.
Well, hit the segue because I gotta go find it.
Well, that was the segue.
Oh shit!
But we're reading Batman, White Knight Beyond, or no, Batman Beyond the White Knight.
Yep. Motherfucker, where'd it go?
I left my book on my bed. So.
And mine's out in the living room, so. Where?
Sean something is the writer and illustrator.
Comicsology.
Sean Murphy.
Some bitch. There we go. My library.
You could have just Googled that.
I know, man. I could at the point of by the time I get into this damn thing. Alrighty, here we go. We've got Sean Murphy, writer and artist, colorist Dave Stewart, letterer and world design, collection cover art and original series covers, Sean Murphy and Dave Stewart.
Yep.
So, alrighty. What are your thoughts on this lovely long ass book?
First off, depending on which version you got, like I got the hardcover. I just went ahead and ordered the hardcover.
Yeah.
I'm getting every hardcover version of this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then just if they ever finish out the
if they
deluxe
do
line,
I hope they do, because they
Yeah.
did the first two, and
Mhm.
maybe it gets enough steam. But
and then I'll just upgrade after that. But
Yeah.
so I looked because I was like, 10 fucking issues is pretty long. Normally they do 8. So I looked. The issue I have puts in the first 2 issues of Batman White Knight Presents Red Hood.
Yep.
So
did mine. So
okay, so yeah, the
Yeah.
first two
And there was
first 2
another-
issues of that. It's
there was
basically
another
him
weird
meeting
one. Meeting his Robin.
yeah,
I
meeting
thought
his
there was
Robin and
another
trainer.
odd issue thrown in there somewhere.
Maybe
not.
I will say mine just had a Beyond the White Knight 1 through 8 and Red Hood 1 and 2.
Yeah, that must be it, because I thought there was something about Nightwing, but that may have just been
that was a regular one.
That was just okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, then that's what it was. There was a Nightwing one that I thought was
Yeah.
A solo. But yeah, I did read the first 2 Red Hoods in there. Because when I saw it, I was like, damn,
and they put it and they mapped it correctly, which I loved.
It was beautiful. It wasn't just thrown. Remember
wasn't thrown into the back.
The frozen Mr. Freeze,
Yeah,
which apparently showed up in this because of Powers was working with him and found out about the Nazi plot. It was just thrown in the back as just leftover. It was like, I mean, you could have found
you
somewhere
knew where that went.
Yeah, you could have made it flow a little bit better. But I'm glad they included 1 and 2, because I was just like, when I saw like,
who's this random chick?
Well, yeah, when the issue ended and it said in the bottom, it's like read on and Red Hood #1. I'm like, all right, we're gonna jump to the next issue and we're just gonna have to pick up. Right. Yeah. And it started in the Red Hood. I was like, ooh, nice. That was a nice surprise.
Oh yeah. I think my only real complaint was for a Batman Beyond centric book. There was not a whole lot of Terry McGinnis in it.
No, I think he was very prominent in the first little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, first maybe a few pages.
Yeah.
Then he had a little backstory snippet, and then he showed up there at the end. But I mean, it was just like, okay, it's very, I don't know what the right word, very
it's very Bruce
underwhelming. Yeah, it's very, very Bruce. It's more Bruce and Joker.
More Beyond the White Knight.
Yeah,
with a little
White Knight. It's like
it's Bruce Wayne Beyond the White Knight with a little bit of Terry McGinnis put in there.
I mean, hey, this focus more on Bruce Wayne and Joker's relationship Jack Napier's relationship through his augmentation thing.
Yeah, no, the whole thing was old Bruce Wayne having to figure out, hey, stop pushing us away. You need your family.
Oh yeah.
And you're trying to suppress Batman because you feel guilty for what you did, but you are Batman, so you can't turn that away.
Yeah. I did look up. This did happen 12 years after White Knight.
Yeah.
So everything that happened, Bruce has been in jail for like 10 of those years. The kids have grown up. The kids are only 12 years old, though the daughter,
Harley Quinn's daughter.
Yeah, looks like she's in her 20s.
Yeah, I was like, that's an old-looking 12-year-old.
That is a mature 12-year-old. What got me a little bit in this was kind of when we first read the first White Knight and the second White Knight, you could feel they felt like very contained stories.
Yeah.
Like, White Knight, I'm sure when they wrote it, it's like, oh, well, if this works, we can do something else, but we need to end it. Same with the second. and now they got Harley. Now they've got Beyond, and they already have Red Hood out. You can definitely tell this was created as a volume. This could have really been turned into volume 4 of whatever than really being a Batman Beyond.
I think they know they have a hit now.
Oh, yeah.
I care way more about this Batman universe than the main
damn right
DC continuity right now.
Yeah. Dude, this is I'm in love with this because it's like there's enough of the
I will read every White Knight book until
until they fucking stop.
They just need to make it like Marvel's Ultimate line. Just let this guy. I think the problem is that I think it's only one guy writing it.
There's only one guy writing.
Which, if he's turning out stuff like this, do whatever you want.
I'm pretty sure Batman Red Hood came out in August of 22, so they should have a volume coming.
Yeah,
or is it August of 20?
I think it's a few issues behind, and then the problem with the one guy writing and drawing everything, he's gonna get delays.
Yeah, of course he's gonna run into delays and shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of my only complaint was this kind of turned into more of a like you could tell about three quarters of the way through you're like, oh well, they're about to set up for the next few years or next issues or whatever.
Mm-hmm. How many times did they have to say getting ready for an invasion until you knew it was going to be about Superman?
The second time.
Yeah.
Like the first one was like, what the fuck are they talking about? And then it was just like, well, what other
alien comes to Earth?
Yeah, what other invasion would actually
either Martian Manhunter or Superman? I wonder which one they're going to pick.
It's like what other character, what other invasion would actually cause something to happen? Mm-hmm. I just looked up the 2-issue comic. Oh no, Red Hood. But Red Hood's got his own series now, right?
I think it's just Batman White Knight Presents Red Hood.
Oh, because I just looked up and White Knight Presents Red Hood is only the 2 issues that we read that were in the.
Well, that would be dumb if it was literally just those 2 issues.
Because, wow, all right, it's going to take some.
Why would you make it a completely separate title?
Well, that's what got put in the comic with us. That got put in this.
And I don't know if
so
that's all they did.
Is it? No, it's not it because you got They left the twist of Superman coming.
Yeah, no, they're gonna do more, but if that's all they're doing for Batman, White Knight Presents Red Hood, then that's just dumb. You should have just
you could have done something
kept it beyond the Red.
Just done
beyond
10
the White Knight.
Yeah, just done 10 issues.
Yeah.
No, other than that, the Powers guy just all of a sudden taking over, kind of running the whole thing, and then just beating him so easily.
A lot of the bad stuff happening took place off screen with this.
Yeah.
It was like, apparently Bruce Wayne tried to donate all of his money once he got arrested. And then Powers was like, hell no, you're not donating my company.
Right. Well, yeah, it wasn't really his company.
Yeah, and then turned it into a military state.
Yeah. So. But no crime.
No crime. Not at all.
Homicide. Well, not homicide, but
suicide.
Suicide, homelessness, disease. It still runs rampant, even if you shut everything down. But
what'd you think about the last page with FBI agents Diana Prince and Agent Stewart?
That was I didn't catch who they were. I'm.
You don't know who Diana Prince is?
That's from Wonder Woman, right?
It is Wonder Woman.
It is Wonder Woman. Okay. Yeah.
John and Agent Stewart had a green hat on, so I'm assuming it's John
he's
Stewart.
Green Lantern. He's John Stewart. Motherfucker. It is.
Yeah. Now, if all they are is FBI agents, I'll be like, fuck that.
Fucking pissed.
Yeah.
But now, I will say, I do not like. I love Bruce's suit with the gray and the yellow, very electric yellow belt. But him putting on that cowl with his white beard looks awful.
But he needed it so he didn't have panic attacks. That's his safety cowl.
Well, I get it, but it does not look good.
No.
I like everything else about it, but that
he needs like a actual robo cowl.
Yeah. Kind of almost like Red Hood's helmet.
Mm-hmm. But I'm still getting used to them putting Jason Todd before Dick Grayson.
Oh, dude, I was reading it, and it's like, I was the first. I'm like, wait, hold on a second.
Yeah, it's like you don't need to see that every time they talk to each other because
like, and when they were in the plane, and Jason's like, "No, I was first. I'm the oldest. I fly the plane."
He was like, "I didn't try. No one was trying to replace you." I was like, "What do you mean you're already Nightwing?"
Yeah, but and the fact Jason Todd didn't die, that
yeah, and he gave up who Batman's identity was.
That was enough personally to kill him, to just sever his ties from Bruce, which is enough for Joker to hurt Bruce. Which, God, the Joker's fucked up in the head.
Oh yeah.
I did like having Napier back in this role.
Yeah. He better, if they do more with Terry, he better be like his Jarvis.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's definitely gonna have to be his Jarvis.
Also, like, he needs to be Jackie's Jarvis. That kid needs some. That kid needs her father.
Yeah, did she?
She's very close to turning into the Joker.
Did they ever get her back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She's the one that turned off all the mech suits.
Yeah, that's right. The last little bit of this, I was kind of in and out.
Yeah.
It got a little fuzzy.
Mm-hmm.
But Harley in that gray suit. Jesus. Either way. No,
I'll say there's a variant cover in the back. I think you'll like if you like that.
Oh yeah, where she's on the wall. Yeah, almost looks like Gwen, Spider Gwen.
Gwen Stacy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a little Gwen Stacy too.
Yeah.
Either way. Yeah, they got to continue. They got to continue this.
I'll read everything White Knight oriented.
So what if we get a White Knight Justice League?
I'm down.
I mean, what it seems like they're doing is pretty much creating, like Birth of the Family. Well, there's not Birth of the Family. It's kind of like creating Bruce's identity and like his crew, and then like rope in.
The only problem I see now is like Bruce is old, so how are we gonna do the Justice League?
Well, he's
old as fuck.
He is old as fuck, but you can show he's.
No, I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna do their version of Dark Knight Returns. Batman fighting old Batman fighting Superman.
Yeah, there you go.
And then whatever they do after that, I don't know.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, this is fun. I don't know, like you said, I would much rather read this than any of the mainstream stuff.
It's a hell of a lot easier to keep continuity when it's just one guy.
Exactly. And when you can, again,
you're allowed to play.
You can do what you want to do, and you just you have a start, you have a finish. You just there's. I mean, the problem with Batman and Marvel is like, well, it's been running for umpteenth years, and they got to figure out, where do we stop it? Do we keep so and so? How do we? You have to have a Batman. That's just. Then we're gonna always have to bring Bruce back at some point.
Yeah.
So it gets a little aggravating.
You could always do whoever you decide to end up taking the cowl, and then you could just do another series ongoing. It's like the untold stories of Batman.
Yeah.
Or the untold stories of Bruce Wayne. And then you could just make it instead of like big major arcs that build on each other, you could kind of make it just more episodic, where it's like Star Trek, where there's original Star Trek is just a new adventure every episode. Yeah. You could do something like that.
That's true.
I don't know why they don't do that every time they try to give all these mantles to younger people. I don't know why they just don't do that. But
again, like 3 years later, they change it because they got to bring Bruce back. They got to bring Bruce Wayne back, or bring Cal whatever back, or something.
That's why if I ever get around to writing this superhero universe, somebody dies, they're dead.
Dead is dead. I'm learning
I'm
that
not
the hard way.
Quite Game
learning
of
that
Thrones.
the hard way in Saga.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm not gonna be quite as ruthless as Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead in its prime, but they're definitely not coming back.
Walking Dead in its prime was you couldn't care for anybody. It was literally you just held on until the season was over. I like that character.
Randomly, Glenn dies. Everybody gets upset, and then they lose their balls.
Yeah, that's when we all kind of started losing it.
Yeah. That being said, we got personal recommendations.
Woohoo!
Do you have one?
Uh,
Is it gonna be something I recommended 3 months ago?
Probably.
Okay.
You go ahead, because I
Right.
really don't. I really don't have anything. Because
mine is Apple TV Plus. It has quickly become one of my favorite streamer. Like, they're damn near early days of Netflix making their own content levels of just like, I mean, I think they're hitting at about like 80% right now, shows I like. We just obviously got done with Ted Lasso. Uh, we talked about Shrinking was very good.
Yeah.
And now I've gotten very into The Silo. The Silo is a great fucking show.
It's a little time travel, isn't it?
No, it jumps around a lot in like the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
It jumps around in time, but once you get to like where the mom from Dune is the main character, once you get to that, it's all goes in chronological order. But just stick it out to like episode 3 and you're good.
Well, cool. Yeah, I know. I wanted to watch the one with Harrison Ford and
Shrinking.
Yeah, Shrinking.
That is very good.
Because Ted Lasso shouldn't have put me in the fields that much.
Yeah. Oh,
and I can only imagine.
Better get ready, Shrinking.
And I can only imagine if the enjoyment I did get from Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah.
I think I could get enough out of Shrinking to enjoy it as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've got one. I don't know if I've talked about it before on here, but it's called Name of the Wind, by Patrick Rothfuss. It has it's kind of like a Harry Potter meets I don't know, like not Walking Dead, but it's like there's no zombies or anything, but there is demons and death and destruction. And this kid,
is it a movie book?
It's a book. It's he's got 2 books out right now: Name of the Wind and Breath of the Wind. And the Name of the Wind came out, I think, over 10 years ago. The second one came out like 3 years later. But this third book, it's kind of like George R.R. Martin. He's wanting to put so much effort into it that he's now kind of stalled out because he's taking too fucking long.
They're making a TV show and he's putting
no. They're not making a show or anything like that. He's just stalled out on writing the books. I guess George R. wasn't best resemble that because he used the TV show to slow down. But it's cool. It's got witchcraft, magic. He has to go to school to learn.
Ooh, I'm a threat for hero schools and any type of school.
He has no money when he gets there, so he's got to steal, rob, cheat, lie, gamble. He's the best.
Love gambling.
He's got to keep paying for school.
Yeah.
And he's a musician. It's just cool. It's kind of, he's a 15. I think he's 15 when he like gets to school. But you meet him when he's like 8 or 9. But there's angels, demons, fairies, all sorts of weird, crazy stuff going on. It's fun. I've listened to it a few times on Audible now.
But a few times, Jesus.
A few times. Well, shit, man. Sitting in a truck driving for 10 hours, I can only listen to so much podcast.
Found that out the hard way.
Oh, yeah. Told you, man. Audiobooks, man.
Fine. Dude, Spotify, you can't buy them through the app. You have to pay for them online because they don't want to pay that Apple fee.
Oh, you can listen to audiobooks on Spotify?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool.
Yep. That does it for this week, though. Next week, we are reading Do a Power Bomb.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
and today, today is July the 4th.
Is it really?
Yeah. Happy Independence Day to America.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Go shoot some fireworks tonight.
Don't blow your hand up.
Light it and let go.
And run.
And sure.
And if you're somewhere with a fire warning or whatever, I know certain counties in Alabama you can't shoot them.
Yeah,
you're
because
not supposed
to
to.
shoot them. If we got enough rain, I think the whole state will be clear.
Yeah, so if you're in one of those areas, I don't know.
Be smart. Don't do anything too stupid.
Yeah, don't let that get in the way of your freedom. So
that's right.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.